Hello?
Mike?
Yeah,
How are you?
I'm good.
What do you got for us?
We can barely hear you.
I'm talking about God and the hurricane.
Oh, the hurricane?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you want to say about him?
Oh, it said if you believe in God, if you're in a hurricane, what's going to happen like in 2010, 2011, all that stuff?
Well,
I don't know that
I think he said if, are you talking about like we're having really bad hurricanes now, so will they get worse?
That's what I'm trying to say.
It's possible. Do you know what a hurricane is?
It's like a big,
Yeah.
like
Well, yeah, I mean, I know, yeah, it's a big storm, but I mean, do you know what they're for? Do you know what the function they serve?
No.
Okay, well, what a hurricane is it's a weather system that cycles excess heat from the equatorial regions, from the center of the Earth, up to the poles. They're basically heat sinks. It's the Earth's, self-cooling system. And the reason that we're having very, very violent hurricanes over the last few years is because we have a hotter Earth. It's this thing called global warming that some people want to believe is something that doesn't exist. And so when you have a hotter planet, you're going to have nastier storms. You're going to have some heavy weather. Now, to whatever degree global warming right now is both a natural cycle, to what degree human activity has made it worse or better or what have you.
I had to hang up on you, Mike. There's some kind
there's
of crackling
interference.
that's messing up the speaker.
It's going to depend on what we do over the next few years to try to, deal with the warming situation. If we cut our emissions, if we, look for alternative energy sources, et cetera, what have you. Whether or not the hurricanes get milder or worse, I think that's going to have a lot to do with it.
Yeah, and the big thing is addressing, the kind of issue of hurricanes to, God. I think he may have been asking, if you believe in a God, and yet we're going to see, increased destruction by weather. Where does this put God?
Sure, there are a lot of people who are saying, oh, well, heavy hurricanes, so it's a sign of the end times, right? I mean, that's a fundamentalist view.
Or maybe it's a sign of an evil God. Or maybe it's a sign that God doesn't exist, and the longer that we keep pretending that God exists.
Certainly that would be the Pat Robertson thing, right? I mean, the Florida, had the gay parade, so God's going to send hurricanes and meteors and aliens and, whatever else to wipe them out. And
maybe it's a sign that the longer we keep believing in these invisible friends in the sky who like to toss tornadoes at homos prevents us from actually dealing with real issues, from focusing on what's really happening on the planet we live on, what can we or can't we do about it. And these people who are waiting for the end times to be ushered in,
anybody who treats the end of the world like it's a party they can't wait to get to, walk away from that person. Okay, you don't need to know them.
Yeah, if you really are that, ready to be hurried off to Jesus' side, shoot yourself.
Yeah.
I mean,
but this is why
find somebody to do it.
But see, there's the little suicide loophole about
that's
you
what I
can't get
said.
into heaven,
Find somebody to do it if you think suicide's a problem.
No, but a lot of people ask atheists, well, what does atheists, what does being atheist, give you, right? I mean, what's the benefit? Religious people have all these sound bites about, why it's great to be a believer, and what it does for you, and a lot of people think, well, atheism is just nothing, right? It doesn't do anything wrong. I think that this last call was a perfect example of, as an atheist, if your mind isn't cluttered by all of this mystical and supernatural claptrap, and you're faced with a real-world problem, well, then you're pretty much inclined to look for real-world solutions to that problem. Whereas somebody who might be a religious fundamentalist, thinking, oh, this is my God being angry, et cetera, they're going to waste a lot of time praying and doing whatever else they do and trying to find some sort of supernatural or divine answer to the issue. And they're going to waste a lot of time when what they have, in fact, is a practical matter that needs to be dealt with practically. Atheism kind of forces you to just sort of look at the real world and say, well, what are our problems?